Okay, so we're gonna do seated hip lifts. There are a few variations of this that we can do. So the first one is just sat on a chair and focusing on lifting our legs like so, trying to lift from your hips. If you wanna get a really good like hip pelvic floor engagement, I always say inhale, exhale, get that pelvic floor, that core engagement. And focus on the lift like so. To make it harder, sat down, what we can do is we can bend further forward, okay? And then we inhale, exhale. So, for example, for me, on this leg, I have a bit of hip weakness. I do find this challenging enough. Now, we can then change this and we can do this on the floor. So, there's a few options here, okay? Let me move this chair out of the way. So, the first one is obviously, you can have your hands back like this, okay? And just inhale, exhale, and we lift the hip up like so. Okay? This is obviously not super challenging. The goal is obviously to try to stay upright, stay as 90 degrees as possible. The further back we are, the easier it's gonna be. A way, if you do find yourself leaning back a lot, but you don't want to, is to actually take your leg and hug that knee in as close as possible, okay? Then we inhale, exhale, lift that leg up like so. Okay? This kind of forces you to stay in that upright position, okay? Then the next step after that is if you want to add something to make it more challenging, then what I say is just take anything you have lying around the house. So look here, I'm gonna take my kid's bottle. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna take my leg, I'm gonna hug it in. I'm gonna inhale, exhale, I'm gonna lift it up and over the bottle. Okay? And this is really challenging for the hip. You might find, like I know for me, for sure this side is probably, yes, so much easier. Like I can get so much higher. I don't need as much core engagement because that hip's not as weak. But I think that's a really great way to challenge and work your hip, get it moving.